Coach, some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go! Here we go. Go to base. Coming this way, Here we go.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to work. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set 10 logo. Number 53, line 53. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, 56, Mike 56. Touchdown, defense. Mike 56. Mike 56. Oh, you got deep?
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Check 24. Check. Go. 58.
On On 2nd and 12, Murray eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find Isabella. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Lawrence looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 42 yards.
Packer 1st down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Come on, TV, come on.
Hey, Charlie.
53, come on. 53, check 53.
Go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
At the 40-yard line.
Come on, set. Turn 2 stop. Pilot, 64, weak.
Here we go. Patsy.
Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. 80 weapon.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. On 4th down, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield, he's sacked at the 46. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now Murray off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Murray going to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 21. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get it.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
You draw quarter. Smooth.
Give me something. Here we go.
Big grip. Big grip.
On first down, Lawrence. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Right there, 56. Watch the pass.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
General West.
Jim.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Ready. 90, wolf.
Check back.
Hey, echo.
56 to Mike.
Let's go.
Tighten up.
Get ready.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready. 70, Indy. 6-6, bullet time. Go.
36. 57 to Mike. 57.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Check tight.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. His intended receiver, the tight end, Kemikalmbalinsce, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
58. Shift.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. Being chased out left. This one caught by Isabella. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Murray now on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before... Taking it down inside the 30.
44 yards. That's another Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
58 for Mike, 58 for Mike. Watch the backer. Slip. Go.
1st down, Murray. Flushed out right. And finding the tight end, Wilson. The end result, 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we... And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And
it's a foot race. The 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Come on, fellas.
Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Murray, now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left, it's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Push him back. Push him back. He's crashing.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Alpha.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Set. 60 or.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Intercepted all game, baby. Yeah.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. A final shot before half from Murray. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 40-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
Get off the field.
Ready.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And a Packer first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Kill.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 38-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep it.
Second and 6. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
First down, Green Bay.
Fresno.
Hey, seam 6.
On first and 10, Lawrence throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, they might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth.
Hey, Haywood.
56 to Muck, boy. 56. Check 56.
Shoot.
On fourth down, Lawrence. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 39. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Go 58 to the mic. You got it. Yo. Can you get the ball right here? Let's go. Hey, hold on. 1-3.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first down, Lawrence. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Let's go. 30 base.
Check 53, Mike.
80 weapon.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
5.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking deep for Adams. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 14-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart. A couple of first.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now they try the right side here. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Murray back near his goal line. On the move to his left. And Kyler Murray cannot get away. They drag him down to the end zone for 2 points. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And
10 logo.
Mike. Hey, they scared. They scared. What?
X3. 218. Chop it. Lead grip. Lead grip.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 46-yard line.
Ready,
The
ready.
run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
61. Matchbox lights.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Cut.
Yep.
53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and forever.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Bring it. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Double dog. Double dog.
Ready.
From the gun, Lawrence. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 4th down, Lawrence. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 45. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Now they try the right side here. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Break. 53 is the mark. Hey, defense, let's go.
Snap.
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
It's easy one. It's coming to get go.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the